Yo, what's going on, everybody? What is happening? What's happening? Welcome back. Welcome back for another episode. Sorry for the long delay. Usually, when it's silent at the beginning of the episodes, I'm sharing the stream out to different Facebook groups. So, just trying to, you know, I'm sorry, just trying to, get people to watch it live. So, that's where we're at. I just have one more bit of housekeeping to keep to do real quick. All right. So today, today's a question and answer session. I put out for questions and the women asked. And so now me and one of my friends, one or two of my friends, we'll see who all joins as we go. We're just going to sit here and answer the questions, that women have been asking. So but before we get on with the show in general, I want to tell everybody if you missed last episode, please go back to it. Check out my interview with Sean Griffin. She is the owner and operator of Adore Me Cosmetics in North Carolina. She has an amazing story. She's just a very determined young Black trans woman who just got her own business, and she's killing it in the game right now. And I wanted to promote her website one more again. Please go to adoremedolls.cosmetics.com and support a Black trans business. She's doing her thing. These are skincare products. Fellas, if you're watching this right now, get your skincare game together, fellas. Get it together. Because, we all need some skincare. We all need to up our game on that level. And ladies, if you want to keep your game up, because I know all the ladies is on it, go to Adore Me Dolls and get you some skincare products. Support Black trans business, please. So now that the promotion stuff is out the way, on to the trigger warning alert. Once again, you know what show y'all watching. You know what you're listening to. We do this at the beginning of every show. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. This show is made or built to have honest conversations. We have honest conversations and we don't hold back. So we're going to speak our truth as we know it as men. And if that happens to trigger or upset some folks, you've been warned. Just know that we're not doing things maliciously and we're just sharing our truth and how we see the world in a way that isn't filtered or neutered by anyone else's, bullshit. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on my main man, Mike, and we're going to get these questions rolling. What's going on, bro?
What's good, yo?
Thanks for stopping by once again.
Shit,
It's my you in Pennsylvania, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's my Pennsylvania guy here. So yes, Hope, fresh cut Chris is in the house. The beard has been trimmed. So yes. My COVID hobo beard is gone. So I kind of, roll back the clock a little bit. But anywho, so, bruh, I put out on the Instagram account, I asked women to give us their questions.
Right.
And, I'm sorry, I'm being distracted by the comments and stuff. I asked for women on Instagram to give us questions for the fellas to answer. And, they came pouring in and they were quite varied and they were many. I could say that much. So, ladies, thank you for your participation. And you know what? You don't need, you don't need an invitation to just send in a question. Send us a question at any point in time. We will answer it truthfully and honestly from our perspective. But that's about the best we can do. So without further ado, let's get to this shit here. Hold on a second. I got to turn this damn screen share off. All right. First question. Now I didn't put who it was from, because I didn't want anybody blowing up these girls' inboxes or nothing like that. So I'm just letting the ladies be anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're listening to this or watching this and you ask a question, okay, well, that was you. So, let's see here. We'll start with this one. So, in men's only men's safe spaces, like the Men Like Us Tribe Facebook group and the Trans Supporter Brotherhood Facebook group, are y'all checking transphobia, risking privilege? And I could say that I could say that we do more than check transphobia. We check each other on a whole manner of problems. From what I've seen, you know, I've even gone as far to tackle homophobia in the community of transamorous men, related to men not wanting to seem soft because they bottom. You know, the judging that we judge each other sometimes, and we cover up and we lie and we hide and shame about bottoming for women. And you know, that's I think I think that shit's whack. It's tired, and it's like, you didn't move into this space to be lying and stealing shame and hiding shit. Like we moved into this space to be free. So you know, it's definitely whack, and I call it out when I see it, and I make it clear that brothers just need to share who they are on the surface and not worry about judgment, because the world is already judging you. And you know, as a community, and I will just extend this to the men and the women, as a community, we don't need to be judging each other harshly, because we're out there fighting battles day after day with our family, friends, whoever, how people perceive us at work because of who we love. So, you know, I definitely nip that in the bud whenever I see it. And I can profess I've seen men kicked out of every men's only group that I've been in when they've been problematic, anti-woman. You know, I mean, we don't have space for that shit right now. We really can't give life and breath to sentiments that are anti-women in these groups. You know, obviously we're here for the brothers, and it's a men's only group. We're here for men only, but you know. All right, I'm sorry. I just answered my portion. That was my answer to it. But Mike, what you seeing out there, bro?
Honestly, of course, in the work world, of course, you're gonna see that left and right. But if I'm confronted with that, I do have something to say, because I'm usually open about the fact that I'm dating it. Well, in you know what I'm talking about, like the pause period of that whole situation. But
Mm-hmm.
I do tell them that I dated a trans woman, so I'm not on that type of bullshit you on. So once I see some behavior like that, I kind of just separate myself from them completely. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you are the company you keep for the most part. So
Fair enough. Guilt by association.
yeah,
Yeah, and I have to say, I've seen longtime friends duke it
yep.
out, like in these groups, guys that, you know, they were cool, and then one of them crossed the line, and
Mm-hmm.
he barked at him and put him right back in place. I think these groups have a lot of. I think the way that the guys operate and move in these groups, we are really like, where we are really respectful of each other. And you know, respect is definitely a currency. It's just a different way that men deal with other men and relate to other men, and how we deal with our
Yeah,
problems.
there's
So,
levels.
you know, men, I'm not running out there checking a nigga like, man, like,
Yo,
I'm
there's
not checking
levels
them
to
like
this shit.
some, yeah, see, it's levels
Yeah,
to the shit. So we not out there running up on niggas trying to check niggas right and left.
nah.
That's just not how we operate.
Mm.
That's just not how men solve their problems. So, you know, we do address things, and you know, we do it in a way where ain't nobody gonna show up looking for somebody. You know, so anywho, yeah, but yeah, we do address shit, and when we see problems, we address it in open conversation and post in the groups, and we do our own live streams in the groups. We do our own Zoom meetings. We have conversation, and we nip shit in the bud. So, you know, I would just say, ladies, please understand that we do police ourselves, and you know, we're handling that shit, and it's important that we do it without supervision from the women, without doing it in a way that's pleasing to women. We have to do it in our way as men.
Right.
So please understand that front of it. Oh shit, what's going on, Judge Desiree? Oh hey, that's my homie Desiree. We just answering questions today. Ladies, they're asking us questions, and we just sitting here answering. So what we doing? So we're gonna move on to the next one, bruh.
All right, good shit.
Look, they asked you, so I got to put it out there.
Shit, it is what it is.
No. Before we get on to this bullshit right here, I'm gonna
I
bring
can't with this question. Man.
I'm gonna bring in my man's Trail real quick.
Hey,
yeah. What's going on, bro?
it's good, yo.
What up? What's going on, Mike? What's going on, Chris? Yo, man.
We answering questions, and some girl asked the question, "Why y'all cheat so much?"
Wait, what was the question you said?
Why y'all cheat so much?
Wow.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna answer it because it's a crazy wild question, I guess. But look, niggas cheat for all kinds of reasons. Men and women cheat for all kinds of reasons. That's just what it is. People find themselves not satisfied in certain relationships. I have never been a cheater myself. I've never stepped out on a relationship myself. But I'm sorry. I'm Greek. Been in Greek life. I'm in a frat. It means I know a ton of dudes, and I've seen people cheat, and I've seen people step out on relationships for whatever reason. It's a whole lot of reasons people do it, but all I can really say is I just don't have the answer. Like, and when it's y'all, like transamorous men can't cheat. Like we had this conversation on a previous podcast. Just because a nigga says he's transamorous does not mean he's a fucking saint. What that means is if y'all on the streets, he gonna protect you. He gonna stand up for your right to exist, and he's gonna be upfront about his shit.
Yeah,
and his support and the allyship for the community. And I know, right? Look, we need to proofread. Okay, Jessica. I'm sorry, these comments is killing me here. But yeah, I don't know, fellas. Y'all got any reasons why we cheat so much? Y'all cheat so much?
I got to answer
generalized man thing right here.
Yeah, Mike, you handle that first.
Why am I handling this shit?
Oh my god!
Nah.
I'm not gonna be political. I'm gonna sound out.
Go ahead, do your shit. All
right. Be honest. A lot of dudes that cheat. They cheat because they're not ready to be in a relationship. When you're in a relationship, you have to be committed to that person, and everything you have to go out the window. And everybody don't understand when you're in a relationship, it's a lot of things that you have to just stop doing. You can't be on, especially in the social media area. You can't be liking a lot of girls' pictures. You can't be commenting on people's pictures. You have to check people when they say certain things. Like, yo, you can't say that, man. I got a girl. You can't be. You gotta watch what you're doing and everything like that. It's just a lot of dudes. They don't be really on it like that. And I'm gonna be honest. I was guilty of that at one point in time too. That I wasn't really on it like that because I wasn't really like I tell everybody, social media is entertainment for me. I just like to have fun on social media. I don't like to do anything else.
Yeah, it's
like
not
this right
real.
Here right, like this thing we doing right here is networking. This is dope right here. This is fun to me. I like this. You understand me? So I don't really like people sometimes be threatening me online and trying to go back and forth with me. I'll be like, yo, dog, if you ain't in New York, man, shut the fuck up, because I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Real talk. I'm not with all that talking and bickering. I swear, dude. Don't let the height and the height and the bald head with the glasses fool you. I'm far from a punk. But anyway, basically, it be dudes that's really not, how you say, not really, like I said, they not really into the relationship phase. They're not really committed, so they cheat. And then you got other reasons why you got like, all right, homeboy probably got a girl at home, right? His girl's probably a good girl, very educated. She's independent. She got a lot of things going for herself, but she's not as, how you say, attractive, sexy, as how he like physically, how his type he like physically. So now he sees a girl that he likes physically. I mean, that he's attracted to physically. So now this girl really want to give him some play. So he basically just go right into the forbidden fruit. He just take a bite out of it, basically. And to be honest, I'm not saying it's right because it's dead wrong. At the end of the day, it's dead fucking wrong. But that's what it is, A lot of dudes. I'm just gonna speak on dudes because everybody cheat. We ain't gonna just single out dudes all the goddamn time. But the ladies ask questions, you gotta answer it. But yeah, it's basically that.
Yep.
Oh, we gotta get this comment.
Yep.
Hope is on fire today, as per usual. She said, when he say he don't want a relationship, the with you is silent. Damn. And that's the truth. that is definitely the truth.
What she said she don't when a man say that?
Yeah, she said when he say he don't want a relationship, the with you is silent. That's the motherfucking truth for your ass right there. But I had a question about what you were saying, Trell, because if the man, okay, look, I just don't understand why somebody would be in a relationship with somebody that they don't see as attractive. Like you got your girl at home and you don't think she's attractive, then what you with her for? Like, I know there's more than looks, but that has to be a piece of the puzzle. You have to see your woman as sexy for you to be in a relationship with her.
Right.
And I get some girls are willing to put more energy or effort into being sexy for their man than others. And maybe that's a disconnect because she can look good. She just probably got too comfortable, doesn't want to put energy into whatever else. But then also on the Instagram shit, bro, I'm gonna just say this because I said it earlier and I sorry to interrupt while I was talking. Social media is fake. So, I would say, the line is definitely drawn at like comments and jumping in girls' DMs and shit. Like, that's some foul shit. But if I, as your man, am 110% on top of everything, and I like a couple pictures, and I'm one of 5,000 people that liked a picture of a girl in a bikini, so what? So what? I ain't never gonna see that girl in my life. It don't fucking matter. And honestly, if a girl got jealous over that shit, that's a you problem. As Cat Williams says, it's esteem of your motherfucking self. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be threatened by people that your man ain't never. Like, it's like having a celebrity crush. You ain't gonna get threatened over no. If my girl said, she loves Michael B. Jordan, she ain't never gonna meet that nigga. So what? Like, I ain't tripping over that.
Yeah.
Like the shit is fake, and but commenting and being a thirsty motherfucker on social media, definitely no territory. And ladies, I'm sorry. Ladies, if you see your man doing that shit, cancel that nigga contract or just call him out and have a conversation about it, because that's some bullshit. So anywho, we're gonna move on to another question. Oh, wait. Somebody asked a question in this show. And okay, let me see here. Jessica Northington on YouTube asked a question. It seems like there are men who love us out there, but do long distance relationships without for you all. I don't think I don't know that last part. One. Sure, but what I will say is I tell guys a lot of the times when they're like fresh into trying to date in these circles, I'm like, yo, long distance is the name of the game unless you live in a place like LA, Atlanta, maybe Dallas, in New York. My bad, New York. Yes, New York's number one. But if you live in like one of those places, then you might be able to find somebody in your city, especially in New York. You can most likely find somebody in your city. But out here, the rest of the country, long distance dating is just the name of the game, and you got to get used to it. I know a lot of couples that got married that started off long distance, and it can work in the long term. But I mean, look, we are not many. The girls in the community that want to be in a relationship and have their lives ready for a relationship are not many as well. So we're just two small groups of people, and it's just going to be difficult for us to connect in our own cities and date on a level of comfort in the way that we were when we were out in cis land. It's just not gonna happen.
I think it also depends on how real that shit is. You know what I'm saying? Like if y'all both feel the same way, And even though it's long distance, you kind of know whether it might work out or not. And if you're willing to put that energy and time and, effort into that shit, then like I think it'll make it that much stronger in the end if it works out. But if it doesn't, then you move on. You live your life.
All right, we got another question here, and this is a heater. This is a heater. Does it matter if your lady passes? Now, fellas, I want to remind you, you are under oath. This podcast is not bullshit. We do not save people's feelings. We tell the fucking truth as we see it. Okay?
You sure about that?
Be real, motherfuckers. That's all. I caution you to be real.
I'm starting this shit then.
Because if I smell the bullshit,
I'm starting this shit. For me, it does. To an extent, it does. Like, I'm not gonna say that. Like, if it's kind of hard for her to pass, I'm not gonna give her a chance. It's like, yo, it is what it is. If I fucks with you, I fucks with you. But it's like, there's certain characteristics you just find attractive, and it's like you can't really deny your natural attraction. It's just, it is what it is. You can't be mad at me for liking what I like. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So I say it matters, but to an extent, it don't matter. So,
Brother Trail.
I'm gonna be honest. When I was younger, yeah, it mattered. It mattered a lot, But like Mike said, you have to be attracted to someone to actually be with them. You have to like, okay, damn, my girl is fine. Yes, I want to be. I'm with her. Like, yeah. But as I got older, I realized, what's more passable for me. My definition of passable, is basically the mannerisms, of a woman. Like everything she acts and conduct herself like a woman. That's a turn on for me off top.
Yeah.
So yeah. Basically that's what it is with me. Like,
I think you're describing feminine energy. Does she exude feminine energy or not? Because not every woman in the trans community does that.
Right.
Okay. They all don't do it. Do not assume everybody's doing that. So that shit is attractive as fuck to me.
Right.
To me, it doesn't really matter if my girl passes or not. It's because, I guess I already got myself in the game to the point where like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. And if I think she's beautiful, that's all the fuck that matters. So, if she's beautiful to me and she got aesthetics and things that I'm liking, whatever else, like I'm cool with it. She don't gotta be some realness, super passing, like stealth and chick. Like I don't care about that. Like that's, and for me, the looks will only get you so far.
Yeah.
Because if you look good and I can't have a conversation with your ass, or if you don't have enough feminine energy, or if you ain't got enough going on in your life, like we can only go but so far. So yeah, the looks is cool, but I think sometimes a lot of girls get so wrapped up in their look that they don't develop anything else, and they by the time you get to them, they life a mess, and you just like, fuck, am I supposed to do with this? Like I'm out here, I am in shopping for life partner space, trying to meaningfully connect with somebody and build something with somebody. So I tell ladies that like, your look is great for the niggas that a lot of times ain't looking for much more than an experience, but it's niggas out here looking for something real, and that's good, but you got to go beyond that.
Yeah.
So, I'm and women like myself. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments as well, but yeah, I don't really care if my lady passes like that. All I care about is if I like what I'm seeing, because I want to like what I see. Mm-hmm. So yes, if she has had her hips done, her hips are a little bit narrow, that's fine with me. If she has a figure that I like, if I like what I'm seeing, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Everybody, I mean, and really, passing or not, people still gonna have the same thoughts they're gonna have about your woman being trans. So whether she passed or not, they still gonna be like, well, that's a man. Or, I don't, my religion won't allow me to accept this. Like, it don't matter how the fuck she look, really. In my eyes, like that shit don't make my life easier in that respect. Yeah, it can make your life easier, like when y'all at the mall and you ain't got to be fighting like random ass niggas saying slick shit. But it's whatever, man. I just think sometimes when I talk to some of the girls, they just really get stuck on this like passing and the look, and I'm like, yo, that's a thing, but that ain't gonna get you that nigga that you want, that king that you've been waiting for. Like that ain't everything. So please get some other shit together. Like, don't be broke living in a, I'm not even gonna shade nobody out here. I'm gonna just keep it to myself. I almost shaded some people. But yeah, I'm just sharing my thoughts on all that stuff. And the comments are on fire right now. So I gotta show some folks.
I wish I could see the comments.
Yeah, let's see here. Wow.
So I had no idea what's going on.
Jessica from YouTube, it's a great question. I get asked that all the time. Do I pass? Zay, who asked one of the questions that we had already answered. I'm not gonna say which one. She said you prefer her to pass so there's less heat from outside people. Yeah, definitely the situation like I was explaining, like at the mall or whatever. And actually had a girl tell me or I interviewed a woman in a previous podcast I was working on where she was just like, yeah, we were at the mall and my boyfriend, he didn't stand up for me. He ain't do nothing. This person was acting crazy, laughing, acting all loud. And he just like, she felt alone. And like on that tip, we get ourselves ready to enter into this community and partner with these girls and protect these girls. And it's like, you better be ready to step up to the plate, man. Like, but that's why passing matters a little bit less to me because I'm ready for that shit. I'm ready for that smoke.
Yeah. Even my friends, I'm gonna protect. So.
Yeah, exactly. Friends too. Because I mean, a lot of my friends in this community, I see as family. Real talk. Right. I see. They're for all intents and purposes my family, my sisters. So and I give them advice accordingly. I give them that big bro advice. But let's see here. Facts because passability is socially constructed, which reinforces gender norms. Yes, it does. And I can't pronounce that word, Zay, but attraction and femininity. Yeah, that's what a lot of niggas like. Is that when a woman exudes that energy and like feminine attracts masculine, right? So ladies, if you exuding that feminine energy, you gonna get that masculine nigga sniffing around. Like a nigga is gonna be repelled by a woman that's exuding masculine energy.
Facts.
She might get her like a little beta nigga, but like a real alpha, a real man is gonna be like, I'm good on that one. I'm not attracted to that.
Yeah.
You're not gonna pull them in, At least I'm just, these are my musings, my explanations. Thoughts and opinions of Chris Patterson are the thoughts and opinions of Men Like Us podcast. I will take that shit on the chin. Okay, let's get on to another question because that was quite the heater. Let me get this one off. Okay, next one up, fellas. Can you see yourself marrying / starting a family with a trans woman? Trill, I'm starting with you.
Yes, I can see myself doing that. And the funny thing about it, me and my girl, we have talks about that all the time. So yeah, it's just the only weird part with my girl is she talking about adopting 2 dogs first, and I'm not an animal person. So she talk about let's adopt 2 dogs, and they gonna call us mommy and daddy. First of all, but don't call me mommy and daddy. I don't want that shit in my house. You gotta go. Dogs don't talk. But anyway, but yeah, to answer the question, yes, I do see myself doing that, and to be honest, I want that. I really want that.
Before we move on to you, Mike, I want to show this one comment here, and this relates to our last question because, I know that this came up before with Hope. There's no protection most times. Men love you to death, but if it comes down to his masculinity and you, they usually choose their masculinity. And I mean, really, to that, fellas, do not get in a relationship with a woman. Don't get yourself in a situation that you can't handle. Like, if you know that you ain't there for that smoke and you ain't there to provide that protection that she may need, I know everybody ain't rough, gruff, alpha nigga and shit like that, but at the very least, speak the fuck up, or just like don't make her feel like she's alone in the shit. It's just like
some people ain't built for it.
Yeah, I just don't get yourself in some shit. Like, I don't know, fellas, just get yourself to a mental place where you're ready for that shit. And when some shit happens, don't get caught with the oh shit look. Like, don't, because she's gonna read that all over you. She's gonna read the oh shit look, and then you're gonna be. No matter what you do after the oh shit look, she already read that you wasn't really here for it. And that you hesitated. She gonna read that hesitation on you, man. It's not.
And that's another thing too. Like when you give people a green light to basically, insult your girl out in public and to do things like that, it basically questions your manhood altogether, because it's like, why would you even allow that? Me personally, I can't allow that. You know what I mean? Like Chris, you seen my girl, you met my girl, you seen, like, dude, she's 6'1". She's taller than me. I'm short. And me and my short section, I don't allow that shit at all. I remember when we first got together, a lot of people used to look at her and stare her down. I used to look back at them and stare them down like, now, see how I feel? What are you doing? Stop doing that.
Hell
yeah. That right there. So what Hope just said, yes, I understand her. I understand what she's saying all the way through, because it's messed up that it's like that. But yeah.
Some scary boys out here. That's for sure. But so back to the current question. I just had to interject that one because that was really good, really, really good comment. So Mike, can you see yourself marrying / starting a family with a trans woman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that something you talked about in any of your past relationships?
Yeah, I have. And it's personal on her side, so I'm not going to bring that part up. But yeah, when it comes down to the relationship, I do see myself, even though I'm not big on marriage to begin with, but I still could see myself in a future long-term relationship with a trans woman. So,
okay,
and a family as well,
Get a couple juniors out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely interested in all that shit. And you know what? Because I believe that people need to be aligned on like what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So, when I got to be honest, when I'm talking to a girl before I'm even monogamous, I let her know, like, look, this is what I want out of life. Just so that she can make whatever decision she needs to make to feel like, you know what? Because when one person wants kids and the other one don't, that's problems. And, it's just before I think before grown folks jump into relationship, they need to be aligned on what they want. So a lot of times I'll talk to girls about like, I'm interested in doing this, and I would love to have kids someday. And I tell them, I already got a surrogate lined up. Like, I have a plan to make this happen because I do want to be a parent, but I'm totally interested in my partner who will be trans to be that child's mother. I don't mind raising a kid with her, so I'm interested in that completely. And it's just a conversation I have early on with girls. And a lot of the girls that I talk to are serious about dating and looking at life partnership and all that stuff. Like, they've already thought about that. None of them have ever been like, no, I never thought about it. I don't know. Those are the kind of, I don't engage with. I just never end up talking to those kinds of girls. So, but ladies, I know a lot of y'all out there want to be mothers, and a lot of y'all want to be married, and there are a lot of guys out here who in our circles that are like open with, you know, and ready to date women openly and respectfully. You know, there's a lot of guys out here that are interested in being parents and having kids, and raising them with their trans partner. So it's I don't think it's anything to really be surprised about. I think it's more common than you think. So let's hold on now. Brother Troy jumped in. Troy Kennedy, the OG Yoda in the house. In the motherfucking house. All right, let's read this fucking comment. The best part about marriage is the financial and social advantages that the legal union, especially with long-term relationships with trans women. The legal protections from marriage prevents others from taking money, property away from a trans woman in case of death or disability to her husband. Definitely. And, you know, I have to be honest. When I would say in the past, I have made it clear to my sister that if something were to happen to me and I was in a relationship with a woman from the trans community, I made it her job to make sure that my partner would not be frozen out. You know, I all of my money, my sister's like my main beneficiary of my life insurance and all that stuff anyways. But it's like, even from funeral preparations to planning and all, because, you know, niggas can be trifling as fuck, especially when their religion come into it and they want to exclude people they don't like and all that shit. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I've had conversations with my sister about that. Like, yo, make sure this person don't get frozen out. Like, make sure they're a part of it. Make sure they sitting on the front row and all that shit. Like, if I'm with somebody and I love them, if something happens to me, I want them to feel included and feel like family in that case and be supported. So, you know, I've had that conversation with my family because I think it's a really important thing to prepare for. So, fellas, if you with somebody and you with somebody for a while, have somebody from your family on the inside, man. Get you an ally for real.
I got that.
Yeah, it's got to plan ahead, you know. All right, we got brother Roy is coming in here real quick. Let me get him on in here. Hold on a second. I gotta hit the button, hit the thing. All right, Roy, you there?
Not connecting.
Oh, this video ain't connecting. Dang. All right, well, we'll bring it back when this video connects. Y'all, this is like a live Zoom kind of thing, so it is what it is. Right. But we're gonna roll to the next question real quick. I just gotta drop that one out the queue. Where we gonna go next? All right, here's one. So, will a trans woman get the chance to meet the boss / friends? Mike.
What? Well, yeah.
Are you introducing your girl to your boss, your coworkers, to your friends from high school, your homies?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of like a given. I did introduce her to a couple of my friends and mainly my sister, since that's like the main person in my family I fucks with. So she also met my grandmother as well. So it's like, yeah, that's a given. I don't have time to sit there behind somebody. That's a whole person I ain't got time for. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a must for me, especially if it's going to be like something serious.
Mm-hmm.
I got to.
Brother Trail.
Well, me personally, I don't have no family, so you know, my girl has met all my friends. Yes. She even video chat with a few of them. That's not even in New York no more. You know, it doesn't live with. She video chatted with a few of them. So yeah, she cool.
Okay.
She's gonna meet them. And when it comes to a boss, I'm gonna be honest. I'm the type, I don't like to stay at a job for so long. I like to move around. You know what I mean? Unless it's a career, I can like receive you know, benefits. Then I will be there. But other than that, I like to move around. I don't like to stay at a job for too long. It doesn't make no sense meeting my boss.
Well, I've definitely introduced past girlfriends to coworkers. I am the boss, so man. So I've introduced them to my team, And I even had her on a Zoom chat with my whole family for Thanksgiving and other holidays and whatnot. So I've never shied away from that myself. But that's because whoever I'm with, it's important that I include them in my world, and they feel like they are being brought in and being made a part of my world. So that's important for me. There are some women out there that's like, I don't want to meet your family. Like that's just not important to them. And it's some men that shit ain't important to them. So I would say, I think I've said this before, but ladies, if you dating a nigga and y'all been together for like 3 months and you ain't met one of his friends, something's wrong. Something is wrong. You ain't met nobody that knows this dude, and it's been 3 months. Something's wrong. So, yeah, it's a thing. But yeah, ladies, a lot of the guys in these circles. I mean, if a dude comes, I would say that's one thing you could probably assume. No, if a man is claiming that title of being transamorous and dating openly and all this stuff, you gonna meet other people in this life. You gonna meet some like it's really the DO niggas is the ones out there hiding, or the functionally DO niggas, as Troy calls them. Be the ones that would introduce you to only select people, but will not really bring you into his world. So, but yeah, I mean, that's all this stuff is possible. I think a lot of what women are looking for a lot of women in the trans community, what y'all are looking for out of men, that equal, because a lot of times they're looking for equal treatment, like what they think a lot of cis women are getting. Like, I think that a lot of that's available, and it's all like Mike said, like that's just normal. Of course, I'm gonna introduce my girlfriend to my boys, and to other people in my life. Like, that's regular, and expect the regular. Don't lower your standards at all. I would definitely caution you to not lower your standards on that front.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but hold on. There's a question related to the last question I want to bring up here, fellas. We were talking about marriage and having children. So Bridget Daniels asks, when it comes to children, does it matter how the child is conceived?
So you mean like a surrogate or adoption or something like that?
Surrogate, adoption,
That's fine.
IVF, or actually, having I don't know, getting an egg donor, or just finding a cis woman to have your baby with and mix your genes with, and then you take care of the baby. Like, there's a whole lot of different ways this could happen, but does it matter to you? Do you have any, like, are there any of those methods you're like, nah, I would never do that?
Honestly, no, I'm open. You know what I'm saying? Like, open to the possibilities out there. So, well, if anything, that has to be something that we talk about. You know what I'm talking about? Between me and my woman. So,
Brother Trail?
I'm open to all. It don't matter to me. I'm open to all. And to be honest, the only thing I care about is that kid being healthy. That's the only thing that matters to me. But I'm open to all. It don't matter to me.
Okay. Well, I can definitely say that I'm a little picky on the first one. So I would just say I always just wanted to have one kid that's like my blood. But then after that, I don't care. Like, I can adopt. If we want to have 2 kids, at least one of them needs to come from me. That's my preference. I would prefer to do that, which is why I have things in place where I can get that done a little bit easier. So, but if I mean, all you really need is a surrogate. I've had girls suggest, like, well, I'd be okay with you just going out and fucking a girl and just getting her pregnant and having her sign some papers. But I'm like, I mean, a turkey baster will work just as well. Like, I don't have to have sex with this girl. Like, I don't need to step out my relationship for this shit. I know some opportunistic niggas might be like, oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll do it. But
or sometimes suggestions like that be a test, so you gotta watch yourself.
There you go.
You go. I was just thinking that.
So for me, it matters because I want at least one of them to be mine. Like now, that's on some caveman. My bloodline must continue kind of shit. So, but outside that, adoption is fine. Totally fine with adoption. Outside of that one child, so definitely ain't tripping on that front. Now these comments are flying in. And hold on, I'm gonna take down this banner real quick, and we are going to see what the fuck is going on out here. So here we go. It's from the OG himself, Troy Kennedy. My ex knows everyone in my circle, personal and professional. If it's a real relationship, that's a given. I'm a bit puzzled by the question. And it is. For a lot of us, it can be a given, but it's a lot of niggas that just ain't ready. They want the relationship, but they ain't ready to really be about this shit publicly. And it's unfortunate, but it's really some niggas that love to hide shit, and they still dealing in shame, man. But we're the exception. I always we are definitely the exception. And hope fires back. Troy Kennedy, trans women are often hidden. That's also a given. Yeah, there are a lot of DO niggas out there. I think there's more DO niggas than there are open ones. That's for sure. Like I always tell people, there's more of them than us.
Actually, I think there's more emphasized on DL niggas. You feel me?
There's more what?
I think it's more emphasized on DL niggas. You feel me?
How so?
Like, because I think it's more like emphasized on them than us. You feel me? There might be more of us than it is them, but it's like mainly focused on the DL parts of the whole community and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Bro, I think there's more DL niggas than open niggas. Like really, I think they vastly outweigh us. Because DL niggas also count niggas that are clients. Rich men that are clients. They dipping in, don't want nobody to know, paying for that discretion, that discreetness. Which I'm gonna just say the shit, fellas out there. If you're relying on some of these girls to be discreet, don't, because that's stupid. If it serves them, they gonna say some shit. They ain't signed no contract with your ass. Like, do not rely on that shit. I thought I'd throw that little pearl of wisdom out there to guys listening. Do you tell? Okay, this is an interesting question from Lola. Do you tell people that your partner happens to be trans?
If she's okay with that, me saying that, then yeah. I'm saying I'm not gonna out her business if she ain't about that shit, For the most part, I ain't got no problem telling people. I told a coworker of mine, so it's just I got no problem doing that. Like, what the fuck gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to speak my truth. So
Brother Trail.
Yes, everyone knows my girl is trans. Even people that knew me since I was a kid, and they talk to me, and I see them. If I see them or they call me and we have a conversation, I just let them know, yeah, my girl is trans. Even last year I even went through this a lot because my mother had passed away last year, and a lot of people was calling me, and a lot of people wanted to see me, and I just broke it down. I'm like, yeah, my girl is trans. Believe it or not, she is. Everything was positive. I got nothing but positive feedback from it. So, yeah.
Well, I would say consider yourself lucky. I did a whole stream about my non-positive reaction I got from my mother. And it's keep on coming, but I don't really trip if that reaction is negative and they ain't bringing that shit to me or at me. Go deal with that shit however the fuck you need to deal with. But by the time you show up to me, your message better be love. I don't even need acceptance. Just say, you know what? I love you, man, and it don't matter what's happening. I still love you. Like, just leave it at that. Leave it at that level. Don't tell me about your fucking religion. None of that bullshit. Just come correct on that shit. So
that was a subject I missed. I remember that.
Yeah. So but Lola, I do tell people that my partner is trans. But I've never been with anybody that was like, yo, I don't want nobody in your life to know. Like, don't tell nobody. And honestly, because of what I do in this shit, and I'm so public with it,
Yeah.
I've had girls like, look, you are the motherfucking poster child for all this shit. I can't talk to you because I don't want my business, I don't want my tea out there like that because they can't be with me and be stealth. Just impossibility. I mean, somebody get my name, they Google it, they're gonna find some shit eventually. So, you know, girls who need to hide their shit, that ain't my world no more. Not really. But you know, I say I wouldn't go out of my way to be like, hey, everybody, guess what? She's trans. Like, it ain't the motherfucker's business, really. But I'm open and honest with my friends. With the people I love, I don't hide shit like that. I don't hide shit because that's my family. So, let's see here. We got these comments rolling the fuck in. God damn. What if? Okay. What if his family is on another level of ignorant and he doesn't want you to meet them? Is that a bad thing?
Damn, oh wait, hold up. See, damn, you already knew I was gonna say something. All right. All right. So my family is very not every single one of them, but a lot of them are very, very religious. And like for years I've known that, but it was like me coming into realization and acceptance of myself and my just attraction. I knew for like a while I had to accept that I might have to let go of certain people that I've grown with, like in case they just ain't about if they're about the bullshit, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I had to prepare myself for that. So if like I'm gonna introduce who I'm dating to whoever the fuck I want to. So it's like if my family ain't about it, I'm not gonna fuck with them like that. You feel me? Because I'm not about to hide my life for nobody. You dig? I did that before, like years ago when I was younger. But, you know, now it's just like it's a waste of time, energy, and happiness that could be accomplished and shit. So it's just like, why? Let me just stop there and let this conversation keep moving because I don't want to get hung up on the subject, yo.
Okay.
Moving on.
Okay, moving on, man. Trell, you said I mean, is it a bad thing if a man wants to keep his girl away from his ignorant ass family?
Not a bad thing at all. Because me personally, if I have an ignorant family member, I don't want to associate myself with them. So why would I want her to be with them? So it's not a bad thing at all. I don't look at it that way.
Well, I have some ignorant relatives, but they're truly ignorant because they just don't know any better. You know, they were raised on religion and dogma and all that bullshit stuff that ain't even in that book. So, you know, their faith is anti anything non-traditional. You know, these are the kinds of people that even in the 21st century, these are the kind of folks that judge young girls who get pregnant. So, which is like dumb, but I would just say like I would say that guys, I don't know. I'm sorry. I would never bring my girl in a situation where she is going to suffer. So, but I know that my family respects me enough to the point where they ain't gonna be popping off at the mouth with that bullshit while we're there. Now they can, like I said, they can do whatever the fuck they want to while I'm not around. But when I show up, that respect better be there, or else, you know, depending on who you are, you might catch hands, or you just gonna get cussed the fuck out. Like I ain't gonna let my lady get disrespected because of the old bullshit ass faith. Like that ain't gonna happen. So, you know, but I mean, look, I'm quoting my friend again, Hope. You know, know your audience. You know who the fuck your family is. You know who you're dealing with. So you know if they can handle it or not. But you know, look, if they can't handle it, then they don't see you. I mean, I already had that talk with my mom during my last relationship. I'm like, look, if I'm still with this girl and I come home and you don't want to see her, then you ain't gonna see me. And I'm gonna just be home in the city and you just missing out on your son because of some stupid shit. So, you got to respect me and my relationships, or else this ain't gonna work. So I definitely put my foot down about that one, because somebody done told some mother somewhere in the past, it spread throughout the whole community, that mothers get unconditional love no matter what they do, and it's like, nah, parents, you have to be a good person too. Like, you're not owed a relationship with your child. That's some shit you work at.
Nope.
So, me preaching on my own shit. We're repairing the relationship as we speak. Me and my mother, we're progressing, and we're able to talk about relationship stuff on some level. And while she's not where she needs to be just yet, I think we're making progress. So, trying to heal that divide, I guess, that happened after we had the conversation. We're still in the process. I don't know if we'll ever be done with that process, but let's see here. This is from Jessica Northington on YouTube. I had a man tell me he would raise children with me, but the baby had to be his blood, and he wanted to have sex with her to make the baby. Yeah, don't buy that shit. Turkey baster will work just fine. In fact, you secure the goods. You secure the goods, and you deliver the turkey baster to the girl. Like, he should not have to put his dick inside of her for shit to work. That's all I'm saying. That's stupid. But hold on a second. Let me, because we are so far behind these comments. They just going. Well, whatever. We just gonna dip out the comments. We're gonna go back to more of these questions. How do I clear this? There we go. All right. So next question up. Let's see here. Sorry, I just got to read these a little bit more. All right. So, from unknown person, what's your go-to tactic for making us feel? I'm sorry, for us. I'm sorry, what? For making us not. What's your go-to tactic for making us not feel like a fetish object? So, when you coming at a girl, what are the main things you're doing to make sure that she doesn't feel like she's being fetishized? Brother, I know you've been in a long time relationship, Trail, but I'm gonna just start with you, man.
Me personally, this is how I do with all women. I even do this with cisgender women. I come as a friend first. I want to be your friend first. I want to get to know you before I, make that step. So the previous relationship I'm in now, the way how I came at her, I wanted to be her friend. I really genuinely wanted to be her friend. Yes, I had a strong interest in her because she showed me something that was separated her from a lot of other girls. So I was like, man, if I get a chance, well, I'm gonna lock her down. And basically I did. So it's like, basically I came at her as a friend first. It's just she came with the approach of wanting to be together. So yeah, that's how that happened.
Okay. Brother Mike?
As a person, like I'm acknowledge you as a person. Like anybody else, I'm gonna talk to you just anybody else. But if I show interest, that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be levels to this shit. But, mainly just to get to know you, and if there's something there, then it picks up from there. I'm not gonna do no extra unnecessary shit for no reason. That's a waste of my time and energy, and also hers. So,
okay,
put it all out there,
For sure. Well, yeah. I guess as usual, I will answer this one last and finish this off. What I do, is I never talk sexually. Like, sexual talk is completely off the table up front. I can ask you about what kind of work you do, where'd you go to college, or what are some of the movies you're streaming. But all of my conversation is very non-sexual, and I think that's the main thing that I keep, is just keep things a little bit professional, a little bit above board, where it's conversation that you can have with anybody, and it's just me getting to know you a lot more. And a lot of times I'm very interested to learn people's stories, where they come from, their opinions, their thoughts, their views on different things. Because I have to be honest, for me, in doing this show, it helps me so much just to learn new people and new narratives and new and bring in new ideas. So, yeah, it might be a girl that I'm interested in, but I'm going to talk to her and I'm going to figure out what's going on with her and like what her dreams are, what her ambitions are, where she's headed in life. Because like I said earlier in our conversation, I'm not here for anybody that's directionless and getting nothing done in life and they just ain't got no plan for anything past 40. Like, I need somebody that's going to be able to, I don't know. I'm not saying completely like be a boss like that, but it can't be a drain on resources either because you ain't doing shit. Like, I'm not here for that either. So anyway, I just do it by just really trying to get to know a girl. And, I will say I can amend my conversation a little bit depending on somebody's past because I don't want to bring up certain issues. But yeah, I just think that's the main way to do it. And fellas, if you're listening out there, that's my advice. Just come on a tip where you're just trying to get to know somebody. Just have an honest, innocuous conversation and just laugh and make jokes and, share ideas and thoughts about certain things. And, I think sometimes you'll be surprised at what you hear. Because I think sometimes that we get caught up in a lot of the narratives that we get from these Facebook groups and a lot of the narratives that we get from some of these podcasts and some of the YouTubers. And oh my goodness, I'm sorry. My friend is a fucking idiot right now. But we get these thoughts and narratives from all these girls and they kind of start to sound the same. And then you meet somebody that's just a pure individual, usually disconnected from community. And it's just like, yo, I had no idea that there were women out there like this. Mm-hmm. And, it's always a pleasant surprise to run into those women. I think it's great. I don't know. It's just always great to meet those girls because really those girls, those are the kind of girls that are kind of like us. Like there are so many nice, eligible bachelorettes out there. They got careers. They got aspirations. They doing shit. They ain't about no fuck shit. They got a plan. They got a plan for their lives and they're working hard for it. Like the girl we had last week, Sean, who opened up her own business. She opened up her own, I'm sorry, it's like an aesthetics firm. I don't know what it's called, but she does the facials and all that stuff. Like, look, she cosmetology. There you go, cosmetology. She had her own. She had a dream, and it's just like meeting women like that is just so refreshing. And there are tons of them out here. They're just not the most visible ones. So, we got another question here. I want to throw this in there. Jessica from YouTube. Does it bother men if their woman still shaves? Because things are expensive, so not everybody can do the things they want. Don't know what the second half of that. Yeah, and yes, Troy, esthetician is the correct term. Cosmetologist, they do the hairs and all that shit as well. It's cosmetology school, but esthetician is the profession that she got licensed for. So yes, Sean Griffin is an esthetician. She opened up a great shop in North Carolina. Go to her website. Like, if you missed the website promotion, go back to the beginning of the episode. Check it out. But yeah, fellas, has it ever bothered you if your girl like shaved? Like if she still shaves facial hair or legs or whatever else, like, does that fuck with you at all or not? Has that ever fucked with you?
No.
Never fucked with me. I don't know. I just think that's like part of being a woman in general is just like shaving. Like they all shave their cis and trans, they shave their legs. In fact, the only two girls that I've dated who didn't have to shave their legs were trans. But all the rest of them, did shave their legs. So like that's just normal. I don't have no issue with that. And really, fellas, if you're getting in this space and you got problems with a woman shaving or having a shave because she ain't go get the electrolysis or whatever the fuck else, like, nigga, you tripping. what the fuck are you doing? Like, seriously, what the fuck are you doing? So I don't know, just there's another question. But look, ladies out there, thank you so much for throwing so many questions at us. We're not even like completely done, but I'm gonna cut it right here. We still got we only got through maybe about 60% of the questions that were asked. Actually, more like 50 because I cut out 10%. But
can't bump through them right quick.
Answer more questions.
Nah, we're gonna cut it. We gonna save some for later, man. They gonna stay here. We can hit them up on another show. We'll get back at this. We'll get some more questions. We'll do viewer questions round 2 of Bennett's piece. So again, ladies, thank you so much for sending the questions to the Instagram account, the Men Like Us Podcast Instagram account. I will put a call out for more viewer questions at some point, and we'll be here to answer them. So thank you so much for listening to the podcast. And thank you, and also all the ladies out there, thank you so much for supporting the podcast, supporting men like us who are, willing to be open and support and be allies. We appreciate the grace and all that stuff. So let me see. I want to check the comments one more time. Oh, after party on Hope Giselle's page, everybody. You done heard it, watching live. After party on Hope Giselle's page, because apparently this is going to be a thing. I don't know if it's going to be on the Facebook page, Instagram, Clubhouse. Check them all. You'll find something. Yeah, I guess that's it, fellas. Everybody, thank you again for listening to us, and we will get back at you next time. Peace.